everyone, in this video we're going to learn about the muscles of the lower limbs. So we're going to learn about all the muscles that are involved in our hips and our legs. As always, make sure you know the origin, insertion, and action of the muscles whenever it's indicated. If a muscle has a star next to it, you have to know the antagonistic muscle to that as well. And if it has two stars next to it, you need to know the synergist. So in addition to that, remember the primary muscle, that's the agonist. If it has one star next to it, make sure you can identify the antagonist of the agonist. If it has two stars, then make sure you can identify the synergist. And here's a review. All right, so the muscles of the anterior hips, we're going to take a look at three. The sartorius, I'll show it to you in the actual mannequin model. In the hip area, connecting to the os coxae, you can see that this muscle right here, this is the psoas major muscle, and this is the iliacus. Then we have the sartorius muscle that runs down and across the leg. These are your hip flexor muscles, and they're going to be heavily involved in walking. And from here, I can actually show you the rest of the muscles of the leg using the mannequin model. So I'll see you in the next clip. Hi everyone, now we're moving into the lower limbs. This is the left leg, as you can see here. So let's start off with looking at the hip flexor muscles. In the upper portion of our leg, we have the sartorius muscle right here and the tensor fasciae latae. The tensor fasciae latae and the sartorius muscle, they form an upside down V, which encloses all of your quadriceps femoris muscle. So let's start off with the first quad muscle. This is the rectus femoris. On the lateral side, you have the vastus lateralis. In the medial side, you have the vastus intermedialis. Underneath the rectus femoris, if I remove that, you're going to see the vastus intermedialis. So this white part is the connective tissue that covers the vastus intermedialis. It's not bones. All of your quadricep muscles combined is going to help with extending your knee and flexing your hip. The tensor fasciae latae muscle on this side is going to, if you see, trace down to this iliotibial tract, is going to connect here. The tensor fasciae latae muscle is going to be involved with abduction, so moving your leg away from your body, and it's going to be, again, helping with flexing your hip and also laterally rotating your hips. The sartorius muscle, on the other hand, again, it's still involved with hip flexing. It's also going to be involved with abduction, so moving the leg away. The sartorius muscle on this side is actually involved with medial rotation of the hip. But if we trace the sartorius muscle down all the way to the knee, because of that, the sartorius muscle is also involved with flexing of the knee. In this medial view, we can see four muscles that are involved with adduction, so bringing the leg closer to the midline. This small one right here is called the pectineus muscle. You only see a portion of it. Next to the pectineus muscle, we have the adductor longus. Then we have the gracilis. Underneath the gracilis, we have the adductor magnus. The adductor magnus runs from here and then underneath the gracilis, so this is the adductor magnus. All of these four muscles are involved with abducting your legs, bringing it closer to the midline. Moving to the back, we have the hamstrings. The hamstring muscle is going to extend the hip, which moves the leg backward, and flex the knee, which bends the leg. On the lateral, we have the biceps femoris. This is the biceps femoris. Then we have the semitendinosus here. Underneath the semitendinosus, we have the semimembranosus. So it's the small one that you see here, and then it's also here on the other side as well. All of these muscles are your hamstrings, which helps flex your hip and extend the knee. Above here, we have the gluteus maximus, which is the stabilizing of the hips, flexing it, and also rotating it as well. Also involved with abduction. Underneath the gluteus maximus, we will see the gluteus medius here. Also a hip stabilizer, hip flexor, also involved with abduction and medial rotation. All right, so I'm going to bring you back to the front part of the leg, but now we're moving down to the lower leg. Okay. In the lower leg, you can see this muscle right here that is on top of the tibia. This is the tibialis anterior. The tibialis anterior is involved with inversion, because you see how it's close to the inside, is involved with inversion, and it's also going to help dorsiflex your feet. The muscles that we talk about in the anterior part is going to help dorsiflex, but the tibia anterior is going to help with inverting as well. So next to the tibialis anterior, we have the extensor hallucis longus, this tiny muscle here, and it's going to extend and raise the big toe. It also assists with dorsiflexion. Next to that, we have the extensor digitorum longus. This is going to extend the 4 lateral toes. All of the muscles in the front, they're also going to help with dorsiflexing as well. Now I'm going to bring you to the side, and you can see on the lateral side, next to the flexor digitorum longus, we now have this muscle right here. This is the fibularis longus muscle, also known as the peroneus. The fibularis longus muscle, because it's attached to the back portion of your feet, it's going to be involved with plantar flexing and eversion, so bringing your feet out. So this is the fibularis longus. Now moving back to the posterior, this right here is your calf muscle. This is the gastrocnemius. The calf muscle has another muscle behind it. It's still a part of the calf muscle. This is the soleus. The soleus you can see here, and you can also see the soleus on the other side. So it's just this small muscle behind the calf muscle. The soleus and the gastrocnemius, you can see that in addition to being involved with plantar flexing, it's attached to the knee. So it's also going to be involved with flexing of the knee. So it's doing the opposite of the hamstrings that we saw up here. Now I'm going to move the gastrocnemius and the soleus out, and you can see underneath you have the tibialis posterior. So this is the tibialis posterior, and then on the lateral side of it, we have the flexor hallucis longus. This muscle is involved with flexing your great toe. And then to the medial side of that, we have the flexor digitorum longus. This muscle is involved with flexing the 4 toes. So these are the muscles that you find underneath the gastrocnemius and the soleus muscles. So I'm going to put the gastrocnemius muscle back here, and now you can see a 360-degree view of the leg. Feel free to pause this and study. All right, thank you for listening.